Hey, it's Amy with iHeartRadio Canada, and I'm with Chelsea Muirhead. How are
Hi,
you?
I'm so good. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Okay, so we're here chatting about a new Netflix series.
That's right.
It's called Pulse.
Pulse, baby.
Medical drama.
Yep.
What, in your words, is it about? How
Wow.
would you describe it?
In my words, Pulse follows our ER and surgical residents in the middle of a hurricane, in the middle of Miami, as traumas are flooding into the ER. There's also some personal trauma also going on in the background, which is just as juicy as the medicine in the blood walking in the front door.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we got from Netflix so far, it's out on April 3rd. So
Yes.
we don't have it yet, but we have the first 5 minutes
Oh,
of the series, and we have a trailer.
okay.
Juicy already.
Mhm.
How does your character fit into everything with like the drama that's going on?
Wow. Well, Sophie is a first-year surgical intern at the beginning of her surgical journey. So, she is just run down, exhausted, and she's just getting every other doctor's scut right now. So she's just gum on the bottom of Cole's shoe.
Okay.
Pretty much. Yeah, she's a bit of an underdog, just trying to figure out her place in the hospital and just really keep her head above water, literally and figuratively. And yeah, she's honestly trying to learn how to fit in.
Yeah.
Beyond just being a good doctor, which she's learning to be, but she's a little bit of an underdog, a little bit of a loner, until, soon, hopefully, she starts cracking out of her shell and starts to liven up a little bit. That's her journey.
Love that. Have you seen any of the reactions to, like, you've posted a couple things on Instagram about it. Netflix obviously has released the trailer. Have you read what people are saying about it?
No, I haven't.
Okay, you stay
Should
away from
I?
that?
I kind of just generally, I just make a habit of just kind of staying away
That's
from it.
so
Unless
healthy.
people comment on like my Instagram, and I don't have like a huge amount of followers right now.
Follow her.
Follow me at Chelsea Muirhead on Instagram, all platforms. So sometimes I do read like some of them, and it's a lot of my friends commenting. But when it's like the Netflix like posting or bigger accounts, I don't know. There's just like I just want to stay in my lane and do my art and thing and kind of keep it a little bit separate. But unless they're good things, I don't know. Tell me what's going on.
Okay, well, I want to know. I had a feeling that maybe this was your friend that commented it, but it's on yours.
Okay.
And it says, hot enough to make my heart stop, smart enough to restart it.
Yes.
What a great medical drama comment.
That is a great comment.
Is that your friend?
Yes,
who
that is one of
commented?
my friends. Yeah.
Well, you have a great support system.
Thank you.
The other really funny thing I saw on your Instagram is you said that you got the part and you said, hey, Mom, I'm a doctor.
Yes, on TV.
On TV.
Yeah.
Who did you tell first about you getting the part, and how did everybody like around you react?
Wow. I told my mom first and messaged her, and at the time, like my old roommate and best friend, I told them. Everybody was like, it was wild.
Yeah.
Like, especially because going into it, we knew it was a Carlton Coos show.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this is from Lost. This is from the creators of Lock and Key of Lost. I'm like, this is
huge.
like the biggest job of my life
Yeah.
so far. And it's only the beginning, okay?
Follow her.
Follow me. Chelsea Muirhead, Instagram, all But yeah, it was just like, I'm still processing, actually, even though we're like shot and did it. And I'm like, I don't think I fully have grasped the size of what this project is and potentially could be.
Yeah.
Because I do think it's a really special show. Already the genre itself does very well, but I'm like, the writing and the relationships and just the story and everything, everybody's very excited.
Yeah, how much went on in the first 5 minutes is like,
Insane.
there's a scandal and a hurricane is coming and everybody's mad at this one girl and you feel bad for her, but you're like, what is the story
And
here?
we're like, what is happening? What is going on? Like,
Yeah.
what happened to you? What happened to him? What did you do? What's going on here? There's lots.
And why are people so mean to her? Like, leave
Right.
her alone.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I felt. Anyway, how do you prepare for a role in a medical series? I feel
well,
like it's very technical.
very technical, yes. So we did have medical boot camp throughout the season, but more intensely in the beginning, so we can kind of get our bearings of, right, like how to run but not rush, how to like have purpose, but also all of the things that doctors do and touch and hold.
Yeah.
And, like the body language, navigate. And this is not even into the procedures. This is just like literally putting on your gloves. Those gloves were the bane of my existence. Oh my God. Like, because we just get so sweaty and nervous and you're running around. It's high stakes scene. There's someone dying on the table. Cut, reset, and you're like so sweaty. And it's like so hard to get the gloves and stuff back. So we literally had like a day practicing like putting on the gloves in the beginning. But then throughout the season, after our like intensives of learning what procedures we're doing, how that's going to go, all the blocking and choreo. Sometimes when we got into the thick of it, like we'd have 1 hour here, and then hopefully a day or two in between where we could like digest and put it in our bodies. But for the most part, like, boot camp, Josh and Rosa saved our lives being our experts on the scene. And also a lot of our background artists were real ER nurses.
Oh, cool.
So they would just be like, don't touch that, don't do that. No, we don't do that. And I said, okay, perfect, Or there was a couple of times, like, one of the medics was like, you can do it. It was so quick. She was like, you can do it like this or like this, whatever you choose. I'm like, no. Tell me what I should do. Because, like, I don't do this. So, like, give me the blocking. So it was a lot of that song and dance, just trying to figure it out like an hour at a time before going to shoot.
Did you have to like study for it then? Were you like at home stressing about like what's a scalpel, or like what was your vibe?
Yes and no. I'm super nerdy, and I know Willa is as well. So like, in order for me to say the words of the procedures that I'm talking about, I like to know what I'm talking about. So if I'm like, oh, this guy has a tension pneumo, like, what does that mean? And that raises this, because if I'm like, oh, he has a tension pneumo, we got to crack his chest and put it on, and it's just words to me. But until I care, oh my God, his lungs are being compressed because he's like bleeding into you know, and it just, so I have a notebook where I have like diagrams drawn out. Like, I could tell you when your appendix bursts and you have an appendicitis, I know exactly what's happening in your little duodenum, like in there. Dang. Because like I just need to know. And Willa was like that as well. But you don't have to. I don't think like Jack or Daniela, I don't know if they did that, but I studied a lot. The procedure, because also just the text and the words, I just needed to say them a million times. Right? Habituoduodenal ligament, or like whatever, or they change it on the day. And you have to just, reset, back to 1, and figure it out. It was crazy, all of that. I studied a lot. It was stressful.
Do you feel like if you have something going on with you, now you're like, oh my gosh, is it appendicitis? Like, is it whatever? Because now you know all the terminology for things. That's what I would do.
You know, actually, like, maybe a little bit. Maybe I am like, I did study like certain things, but mainly the procedures that like I did, like whatever the procedures were, I'm like, and then in real life I'm like, I got an appendicitis now. I'm like, even if it's not like all of them, but like if anything after the show, like I don't know, with any illness or anything that comes up in me or in someone else, I think I am actually a lot calmer about it. Because watching Rosa and Josh, who are real medical professionals, the way that they would talk to us about scenes, or when we would ask certain questions or things would go on set, to see how cool, calm, and collected they were. Like, right? Because if you're panicking and you're going like, there's no help. There's no help. And you're just going to make your ailments and illnesses worse, or you're not going to be able to think clearly. And so if anything, after I came out just being like, I'm not sick. Instead of being like, I can heal myself or fix myself. If anything, I'm just willing the sickness away, because I see what happens in the ER. And it's crazy what happens to people in the ER sometimes. And I do not want to end up there.
Smart. Love that. You got into a pre-med program at U of T and you didn't go, right?
Kind of. So I got into, it was pre-biomed. for like a Bachelor of Science. And
Yeah.
So, and I got accepted into Ryerson.
Okay.
So then I deferred that science. So I did. I got accepted into the biomed program to U of T, and declined when I got accepted into Ryerson.
For like theater.
For theater.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you weren't acting, you would have been in the medical field.
Probably, yeah. I would have probably been a veterinarian.
Yeah.
Probably. I like dogs and animals a lot more than people, I think.
Me too.
Right?
Yeah. I feel
It's
like
a little
that's
easier.
common.
It's
Yeah.
a little more straightforward. So I definitely would have done something, I think, in the medical field if at that time the fork didn't take me that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that you were so interested in taking this role because of a background like that? Like almost kind of doing this thing, or what?
No, not necessarily. Like, I'll take, like, if I get a job, I'll take it.
Me too.
Yeah, you know, in this economy, I'll take anything. But that definitely did make it a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I am a fan of the genre, and it's like
Totally.
I love House, I love Grey's Anatomy. Like, I've been watching The Pitt. Like, I love this show. So to be part of like that legacy, that like group,
Yeah.
you know, to say that I participated in something of that genre that could potentially be like a huge
Yeah.
and a staple in that genre,
Yeah.
I think is amazing.
Okay, last question. What are you thinking of all the Grey's Anatomy comparisons? Because it's a medical drama,
Love it.
there's some steamy
Yes.
things being hinted at.
What a compliment.
It is.
Like, truly, like,
Yeah.
that's one of the best shows on, like, TV running. It's going for, like, 20 years
Yeah,
or something.
crazy.
So, like, what a dream. And, like, it really is... No, it's such a compliment. I think our show it's a little bit more grittier than
Okay.
Grey's Anatomy, but it's a nice mix of, I think I reposted something on my Instagram, or Zoe posted on hers rather, but it's a nice mix of The Pitt meets Grey's Anatomy, where
Yeah.
it's like you get that gritty realness, but also the vulnerability and sexiness of some relationships and that kind of stuff. But to be compared to Grey's, I hope we can like even come close to that kind of success. That would be like a dream.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, lovely chatting with you. We're so excited to watch Pulse out on Netflix April 3rd.
April 3rd. Season
And
2,
follow
baby.
her
Let's go.
on
Watch it
Instagram.
on binge. Yeah.
Okay.